Hello everybody, Leeds Lucarios here, and welcome to week 3 of TEC Season 6. I actually remembered the music on this time, that's always great. Going up against Iraz here and the New York Blaziken, who I may have to keep waiting a little bit because it took me longer to set up this setup than I anticipated because I accidentally closed it all the other day. So that's a thing. He's also 1-1, so this is going to be a really interesting match to go into. Important for both of us to try and get towards the top half of the league rather than the bottom half of the league, I think it's fair to say. This corner. My matchup's weird with this one. I think now I've got all the transactions in, I feel a lot better about this matchup. It was actually doing a bit of prep for this matchup that made me change the team because I was just not enjoying prepping with the team I had before, so I thought let's go to something I'm a bit more comfortable with, something that has more defensive options, and I think I'm going to enjoy prep a lot more. Before we start with that, massive shout outs to Raccoon/Maverick, as he appears in the YouTube comments or whatever, for his help with prep for this. It's been very useful after how bad my prep was last week, just have someone to once over it at the back, just in case something went horribly wrong. We're getting into Iraz's team, starting off with Tornadus Furion, which a lot of people actually consider the single best mon in that deck's draft, because of the amount of things it can do. Regenerator is amazing, it's got good defensive utility, it's got great offensive options, it can defog, it can U-turn, it does the whole shebang. Really, really strong. Nicely for me in this matchup, Coco is faster, and Coco it has a 50-50 roll to one-shot it with the set I have there. And Coco can switch into it fairly well. I have a Florges that switches into it pretty well. I have a Celestealer, which means he has to run Heatwave here, so I limit his move slot options. So he basically has to run Hurricane plus Heatwave here, and then probably U-turn and defog, so I kind of limit his availability to maybe not run Knockoff, for example. In this matchup, that could be how he runs it, although he has quite a few defoggers, so he doesn't actually need defog on it. Hydreigon is just very strong. It hits really hard. You can run Nasty Plot and do some good things with that. It gets Flash Cannon to actually hit fairies, which is really annoying as well, so it can do all of that good stuff. It's just a strong mod in general. You can even run like Physical Dragon Dance and do stuff that way. I think the Hydreigon that would make the most sense in this matchup would probably be Scarf, because it can be faster than Coco and Flash Cannon it, or just Earth Power it rather, because that's super effective, and it can even run like Kebia Belch to try and deal with Florges potentially, so that's definitely something to keep an eye on. It's not Hydreigon's best matchup here though, so I very much, it's not in the 6 I have on the screen currently behind that roster there, so I don't massively anticipate it, but I think it is. Obviously, it's Hydreigon, so you have to prep for it. Rotom Wash gives my team a lot of problems because I don't have, now that I have Shaman, I do have something that hits pretty hard with grass moves, but I struggle to switch into it defensively. I basically had to dedicate an time on to checking Rotom Wash defensively, because from his perspective, Scarf Rotom Wash is very good here, as is a bulky set that just kind of volt switches around. He doesn't need it defensively though, because other mons take on defensive checks for like Zapdos and stuff, so I could see a more offensive Scarf or even like a Nasty Plotter potentially coming here. Mega Medicham is a huge thing, just pure power. It hits incredibly hard. He probably doesn't run High Jump Kick here though, because I have a lot of mons that just run Protect by default. Florges runs Protect by default, Celestealer usually runs Protect by default, that stuff, so I feel like Drain Punch comes here over High Jump Kick, and then he'll obviously have Zen Headbutt to deal with Zapdos really well. It will just one-shot Zapdos. He will kind of run the speed tie. I forced Jolly because of Zapdos in this matchup with the Medicham, and then he'll obviously run T-Punch for Celestealer and Starmie in this one, and then fourth move probably Fake Out or Bullet Punch if I had to guess, because he wants something priority-wise to hit Coco if I had to guess. And that's the one thing, that's the one saving grace with the Medicham in this matchup, because I don't have good options for it. The one saving grace is that I basically do know it's set, and if it foregoes the priority move to run like Stone Edge or something, then that's good for me, because it means there's no priority move there, and Coco just comes in and revenges it every single time, or Zapdos just comes in and revenges it every single time. I don't worry about the priority there. Galarian Weezing is a very good ring for here, because it simultaneously checks both Zapdos and Absol very well. It just as a physical wall, does all of that good stuff really well. He can run defog on that or defog on the Rotom to take the pressure off Torn there. And I'm pretty, like, Weezing is probably the most likely bring, other than like Rotom, and medicham. Like Rotom, medicham, and Weezing are like the three definites for me, because Weezing just makes so much sense because it checks Absol incredibly well, it checks Zapdos incredibly well, and I see no reason why he wouldn't bring it in this matchup. It's nice to have a Defogger as well, as they do have a Rocks option with Swampert high up the team there. Steelix is his best Coco check, although people just haven't been bringing their ground types against me, so who knows? He could bring some kind of very bulky wash to try and check it or something, I don't know. No, Steelix I'm pretty confident in coming because it does check Coco very, very well. It also will live hits from Zapdos because of how good its physical attack stat is, so it lives hits from like Absol as well if you want to run it that way. It's probably going to be especially defensive with like an AV though to like really, really nail down checking that Coco really, really well. If I had to guess it, can set rocks and do stuff like that, so that's great. Superior, I don't really anticipate because I have a Celesteela, and that is just going to hard wall Superior all day of the week. I also have a Zapdos that just destroys it. Like, I don't anticipate Superior here at all. And I even though I haven't brought Celesteela and stuff, I still feel like I handle it really well if he does bring it. So there's that. Kangaskhan could be kind of annoying, as Raccoon did point out to me. Like a bulky wishing Kangaskhan could be pretty annoying because outside of Zapdos, I don't have any. It just gets to sit in front of a lot of my team, so that's not great. And like a bolt, I feel like offensive gets deterred once again because Celesteela just exists, and it will never break it. So there's that. Galarian Corsola has a really solid matchup in a lot of ways. Because it does just take hits from everything incredibly, incredibly well. It can blanket check Coco and Zapdos, which is like, how many mons can you name that do that? Oops. But with... Oh, dearie me. What was I saying? I completely lost where I was. But Corsola in this matchup... it doesn't check Absol, it gets destroyed by Absol. I just picked up an Absol. From his perspective, bringing Weezing makes so much more sense because it checks Zapdos and Absol together, whereas Corsola is going to check Zapdos, sure, can kind of check Coco, but if I run Roost outstalls it. I don't think he brings it. He could bring it though, and if he does bring it, my strategy is literally I have to recover stall it because I can't break it, because it's just one of those mons, but its recovery is through Strength Sap, so eventually it can't just sit there and recover over and over again. So with Roost on Coco and other recovery mons later on, like Zapdos and Swampert are the only two that can't actually beat it one-on-one in the end. And then Tyranitar, which is actually a massive, massive threat against me. Against my old team, it did just two-shot the entire thing with like Banded Stone Edge. Shaman does live, though, and is faster, so I can recover off and stuff, but it's a big threat. Like an offensive Tyranitar does a lot of work against me, so I feel like that is a very likely bring, because defensively it doesn't achieve much for him here, unless he hard expects Delphox to come, which I feel like there are better ways you can deal with that, mainly through Rotom just existing. So there's that, but I feel like it definitely comes from kind of, even if it, maybe even like Dragon Dance Tita, because one Dragon Dance would make it faster than stuff like Minspeed, Shaman, and stuff like that. So there's that to work with, and then Butterfree, which is like a low tier Quiver Dancer. I really don't expect it here. Yeah, there's that. He has so many better brings here. The 6 I think he brings Torn, Wash, Medicham, Weezing, Steelix, and T-Tar, and I'm fairly confident in it being that 6. I could see Hydreigon being mixed in there. I could see Corsola being mixed in there. I could maybe even see Kangaskhan, but I do think if I was him building for this team, I would bring that 6, personally, which I know that doesn't mean anything, but there's that. So, getting in the team I've brought, and why I'm bringing it. So, starting off here with Coco here, with Thunderbolt, U-turn, Dazzling Gleam, and Roost. I'm running the leftovers here, and I've got 72 HP. And essentially, this allows me to switch in on the Torn as well, which is kind of what I want to try and do, depending, if the Hydreigon comes, if the Hydreigon comes, I want to try and save Florges for the Hydreigon. So, but if I see no Hydreigon, then Florges is going to switch in nicely to Torn as well. So I don't have to massively overexert Coco like this. But the 184 speed with Timid, it means I'm faster than Torn, and you don't run Scarf Torn, that's not a thing. So I'm faster than Torn, I can Roost in its face, I can basically come in, take a Hurricane. I think I live 3 Hurricanes pretty easily, so that's a thing. So that's always really nice, and I can just roost off that damage because I'm faster. Dazzling Gleam is a one shot on Hydreigon, I believe. I'm fairly confident of that. And Thunderbolt does a lot of damage elsewhere on the team, and U-turn is just nice to get priority on the Steelix, which I'm pretty sure comes in comes here and comes in on Coco pretty nicely. Then we got this Galarian Zapdos here, Choice Scarf, coming this week with Close Combat, Brave Bird, U-Turn, and Drill Peck. I have gone with the conservative speed there of outspeeding Scarf Hydreigon, because I think if Hydreigon comes, Scarf is probably how it comes, to try and catch Coco with like a Scarfed Earth Power or something like that. So I have played it safe in that regard, which I could come to regret because I think I lose a 2-shot on something by doing this, but you know, it's one of those. Close Combat does a lot of damage stuff. It does like 60% to Steelix, so I do need damage off on that Steelix for it to work. That is the wrong tab. I'm just going to make sure I go back through his team and go like, yeah. Medicham gets one shot by Brave Bird and by Drill Peck. If I don't want to take Recoil, Drill Peck is a nice click. Rotom Wash. Oh, I lose the 2-shot on Rotom, I think, by running Jolly. I think that's what it was, like an offensive Rotom. So there's that, and then Weezing obviously takes me on really, really well, but I can just U-turn out on that. So I get a lot of momentum in this game, hopefully, is how it's going to work. And I one-shot Superior. I do a lot to Kangaskhan. I think I 4-shot. I think I like barely 4-shot. I think if the course was especially defensive, I think I 3-shot it. If it's physically defensive, which it probably will be if it comes, I 4-shot it. So that's unfortunate, and obviously will kill Tyranitar unless it's Truffle Berry, which, you know, it could be. Swampert here with the AV is what's going to be switching into Rotom Wash here. I don't want to be giving him momentum. That is the one thing I don't want to do, because he just clicks momentum on Florges and then just immediately gets to go into one of his big physical hitters like a Medicham or like a Kangaskhan if he brings it, or a T-Tar potentially, although T-Tar maybe not, but he just gets to go Medicham every time on that, and I don't switch him well to Medicham. Don't want to let that happen, so instead I'm going to keep the momentum there, and I'm going to click Flip Turn on the Rotom to start with. I also have Mirror Coat there, which I'm probably going to click the first time, because looking from his perspective, you can just stay in a Hydro Pump with Rotom because Swampert isn't going to do any damage. So I just Mirror Coat and do like 50% back to it. That'd be pretty cool. Obviously, Rotom can Pain Split, so there's that. I think I don't remember how much I needed. Like, I think it was 40 to 50% off for Coco to kill with Thunderbolt. So that's kind of what I need to get it down to. So having the Mirror Coat will be helpful in that. And then Brick Break is there to catch a Hydreigon switch in if he wants to try and do that. I also take, because obviously I'm AOV, fully specially defensive, I actually take on Torn and Hydreigon pretty well as well. So I can 1v1 both of those mons, which Brick Break helps me do on the Hydreigon, and I can burn the Torn maybe if it's a physical one, which I guess would be somewhat helpful. So there's that. And then we've got this Florges here with the leftovers, kind of course with Wish, Protect, Moonblast, and Defog. Just Defog for the team, just in case I need it. I'm not massively expecting him to bring hazards here, but Steelix is a very reliable rocker, so I wouldn't be surprised. I want to try and keep them off the field because chip is kind of annoying, especially on stuff like Swampert, which doesn't want to be taking loads of chip because it'll hopefully be coming in quite a bit here. This just checks Torn well, it checks Hydreigon well. It checks all the special attackers really nicely. It can sit there versus like Corsola. It can sit there versus a lot of stuff defensively, and it acts as like this wishing pivot to come in and out, hopefully, very nicely. Moonblast does decent chunks of damage to a lot of stuff as well. So that's always nice. Then we've got this Shaman here, and this is going to be my switch into T-Tar with the leftovers there. Seed Flare, Air Slash, Synthesis, and Leaf Seed. So got enough speed to outspeed max speed T-Tar, but I think he brings like Adamant anyway, just to do some damage, because Adamant does a lot of damage. And I live the hit. I do actually get 2-shot, but I can Synthesis in his face, and he will eventually like Stone Edge 2-shots me. But if I just Synthesis in his face, one is stalling sand, and 2 he will eventually miss a Stone Edge. So that's the thing, and then Leech Seed is just nice to get residual damage off on stuff that then wants to come in on me. He doesn't have great recovery across the team, so that's kind of something we're going to have to try and exploit, just chipping away at some of the members of the team with Leech Seed. Then Seed Flare just does a lot of damage, basically, and Air Slash is there for something. What is Air Slash there for? That is the question. Air Slash is there for Medicham, I guess. And Superior, because this is also going to be swapping into Superior should he bring it, which I really don't anticipate, but that's always a nice option to have. And having just the natural recovery is such a big difference on this team all of a sudden. And then somehow Delphox has come to all 3 games, and somehow Delphox is my best Medicham switch in. And I really did consider Starmie here, but I was thinking logically, I was like, he obviously is going to bring T-Punch to this matchup. Like, it makes so much sense. Now that I have a Starmie and a Celesteela, it just hits those. So Starmie doesn't actually switch into Medicham, whereas Delphox really, really does, because he's obviously not. He can't run high. He shouldn't run high jump kick here. It doesn't make sense, and I don't even get 2-shot by high jump kick anyway. Drain Punch does like 25%. Then Headbutt does a bit more. T-Punch does like 40 max. So that's kind of what we're working with my switch in here. But the key, and I'm not faster because I prioritize putting it in the defense. Instead, I can Wish, I can Protect. I have Flamethrower and Psychic, so I do get walled by Hydreigon. So that's the thing. But if I kind of click Wish and he switches Hydreigon, I then get to heal like Florges up for free or Swampert up for free or something like that and try and get momentum that way. So it's not the end of the world at all there. And this, surprisingly, is actually switching into Medicham, so that's the thing. And I have just run 8 speed on there in case he tries to like creep Delphox with something, maybe the Wash, potentially. Which I don't know sure why you would try and creep a Delphox unless he predicts bulky Delphox to check Medicham, in which case he probably brings Stone Edge on the Medicham, but that's just good prep from him at that point, and he does forego another move for that, which if it is T-Punch he's foregone, that's annoying because I don't have anything that gets destroyed by T-Punch that walls other stuff, so that would be that, but hopefully this one goes well, and I will see you guys in the battle. Okay, so first impressions, there is a massive lack of offensive pressure from his team, so this is going to be another long one, I think, because the Corsola has shown. Unless the Wash might be pretty offensive actually based on this based on this composition. Wouldn't be surprised if the Wash was kind of a nasty plots set here. So essentially, plan for Corsola is to sit in front of it and roost over and over again, and eventually won't be able to recover enough HP for it to kind of beat Coco essentially, and but he did bring Steelix, which I was pretty expecting to check the Coco. So that's kind of how that's going to work. So that's a thing. Trying to think of what my best lead is here. I'm thinking leads on his end. He could lead Steelix, predicting Coco lead, and kind of try and set rocks. He could lead Rotom to try and Volt Switch. He could lead Medicham to try and get his Mega off. And he could lead Corsola to maybe try and set rocks as well, or T-Tar to set rocks. There's a lot of rock setters here. Or he could just lead T-Tar to get a big hit off. So that's a thing. So yeah, a lot of different potential leads for him here. I'm thinking my Zapdos lead is actually really good here because I'm always faster than Scarfed Wash, which is another benefit of that speed. So I'm actually thinking Zapdos lead and I'll U-turn on whatever he wants to go for. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Leads Medicham, so that's really good for me. So he could click Fake Out. So let's think about this. His defensive swap will be Corsola, or he Fake Outs. Or he Fake Outs, I guess, but I don't really want to take like a Fake Out on other stuff massively. Florges doesn't have a massive use here outside of kind of dealing with stuff defensively, so I might just hard go Florges. Oh, he doesn't know I'm Scarf, to be fair. He doesn't know I'm Scarf. No, but if he fakes out, I don't want to be in that situation. So yes, I will U-turn turn 1. He does just hard switch Corsola, so I think that suggests to me he may not have priority on the Medicham, or he didn't want to reveal it at this stage. And 5% I think is indicating that that is physically defensive Corsola as well. I still do have my ADBL sets in here, so it's going to be a bit confusing. Yeah, that is physical Corsola for sure. So Corsola for sure. I think the play here is to, or I could go Coco. I could just go Coco. Yeah, I'll go hard Coco here. Try and maybe, but because he's physical, right? So how much does Coco actually do? Because this might be better than I expected against Corsola offensively because it's physical. Yeah, I actually Oh, depending on... It's a 93% chance to free shot with Thunderbolt, which is actually really solid. So I'm going to U-turn here. He might stay in, but I expect he'll go Steelix because he does have a Steelix to check Coco really, really well. So I'm anticipating Steelix, but I don't really care if he stays in, yeah. That's the wrong tab. Yeah, definitely physical. Well, maybe not fully. Okay, I max rolled. I might just come back in just a sec. I just need to go and grab some water, I think. He made a joke. Yes, I'll be back in just a second. Cool, I have returned. So he may well have the Earth Power on this Courser, actually, which is interesting. Which is definitely something it does get, because I've seen it before. I don't know why I'm so out of breath. Yeah, so he may actually have the Earth Power on this. Which is fine, because it doesn't two-shot Coco or anything. But I'm just going to go a safe Florges here on probably Rocks, if I had to guess. Or Strength Sap, that works too. That's fine, so he kind of wastes his first one. So this is kind of because he has to recover through Strength Sap, so he never outstalls me, so this could be another very long game. Not gonna lie, this could be another very long game. But that's the world we live in. I just click Wish as he goes Steelix. I get the Wish off. And I think I actually want to go Swampert here to try and... Because my Scalds are quite nice. My Scalds are fairly nice. Let me just check that Steelix can't knock off. It definitely can't. As I've just said that out of my mouth, it sounds absolutely absurd. Let's just check. Steelix can't knock off. It cannot. So we've got nothing to worry about there. I'm just going to go Swampert. Gets Rocks up. Now I'm going to Scald because his best Scald switching is Rotom, which is what Swampert is meant to be in against anyway. So I'm going to Scald. He may just go Coarsely. He actually goes Wheezing, so that's good for me. So I get damage off. This is helpful for get the burn as well. I will apologise for that. That's really nice damage for Zapdos immediately. Yeah. Am I slower than this? Because if I'm faster, which I think I am. Oh no, it's actually a speed tie. But I am minus speed nature, so I lose the speed tie. And I don't want to get poisoned or anything, so I'm just going to go Hard Gorgeous here. On T-Spikes, okay, so I'm just going to defog immediately here. That is not worth messing with. Not at all worth messing with. Goes Rotom here, so I just get the defog off. So thank God I kept defog on this set because I did almost take it off. So that's the thing. Yeah, it is Nasty Plot Rotom. It is Nasty Plot Rotom. So I Mirror Coat here, and it should actually kill because let's assume it's like max offense, modest, +2. Max he's doing is like I actually almost kill back, which is funny. I'm just going to Mirror Coat here. So I take Hydro Pump, take that well, and I Mirror Coat back, and it's dead. That is amazing. That's awesome. So that's really good. That's a big threat because that's his source of momentum gone. And that makes Swampert very free for the rest of this game as well to deal with Steelix. And that Mirror Coat has worked out. That tech that I was like, oh, may click it if I need to, has paid off massively right there. So that's awesome. I just go hard Delphox on medicham. Because that's a combination of things, because AV did not take that well at all. And he Zen headbutts. So I reckon this doesn't have priority, you know. I reckon this set doesn't have priority. I'm going to wish. He goes Tita on that wish. And this is nice as well, because essentially what this does now is I get to go Shaman, I take the hit, and then I get healed back up by the wish immediately. He actually misses Stone Edge, which actually doesn't matter, because I get the wish anyway. So at least that one didn't matter from his perspective. Otherwise, that would have been unfortunate. So I'll just Leech Seed here. He may stay in and click Knock. Yeah, so this is playing really nicely so far, getting rid of that. So you get the Leech Seed off on there, and we're just really whittling the squeezing down. This is looking really, really solid for a Zapdos doing a lot of work here, potentially, because I think I kill with Raybird now, you know. I might actually go out into Delphox here. Against Weezing. He'll probably set T-Spikes again, if I had to guess, but Sludge Bomb's doing like 30%. And I'll kill, and I'll get, I feel like he T-Spikes, and I'll get Leech Seed back, which is nice. Or I go Swampert, because Swampert's kind of free against a lot of stuff now, and I'll take the hit very, very nicely. And I just get to flip turn. So yeah, I'm going to go Swampert, because Swampert's very free. I don't want to risk Delphox. As he does Flamethrower, so that really wouldn't have mattered. No Burn is nice, because my flip turns will do quite a bit of damage. I'm being slower here. Actually works out really, really well. So I'll just click flip turn. This is going really solidly. It will get to a point where the game will grind to a halt, because I'll have to stall out the Corsola, basically. But I can see why he didn't bring Torn, to be fair. I can see why he didn't bring Torn. Well, that was an adventure. I've just had to catch a runaway dog. Had to catch a runaway dog, so that's great. So I don't remember what was going on. I've clicked flip turn, and Weezing's almost dead. So it's basically whatever I want to let get a kill here, essentially. But I'll go Delphox, because it doesn't let Steelix come in. I think was kind of the idea. It's a nice click all round. Although we can go T-Tar. So maybe not. Actually, the move he doesn't switch into is Seed Flare. At least he won't think he does, because I'm not offensive. But he doesn't know that. Yeah, it does kill. So I'm actually going to. Although, what accuracy is Seed Flare actually? Let's just make sure it's not like Oh god. God. Let's just check. Seed Flare. So it was a massive great big dog, kept trying to jump into our house. Did scratch me on the leg. It's only 80% accurate. I should have get Goodrain on the set realistically. But you know, it's fine. I'll just go Delphox and we'll play it safe, and I'll click Flamethrower here. I get health back from Leech Seed as well. It almost dies to burn, which is insane. I'll just click Flamethrower. He'll go T-Tar. If I get a burn on T-Tar here, that would be ridiculous. Nope. Okay, good. So that's that damage off. Go out into Shaman here and do that. He misses Stone Edge again. That's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. You can't miss two in a row. That's really unfortunate. I'll kick Leech Seed again. Here he goes into Wheezing and sacks Wheezing. So that's a passive. That's Oh, I don't. Nothing gets a kill for that because it died to Sandstorm. That's unfortunate. Fire Punch. Maybe Fire Punch. Could be Fire Punch. Or Ice Punch. It might have Ice Punch. Or it will just Drain Punch here. I'll go out into Delphox anyway. Power Up Punch, okay. Interesting. So Mega Medicham at +1 into Delphox is going to be doing 43 with that. Thunder Punch is going to kill if he has it, which he obviously will. There's only one turn of Sandstorm, so I'm going to protect on a probable T-Punch here. No, he just drains, okay. So that's interesting. I will live that, I'm pretty sure. I will live a Drain Punch. Oh no, yeah, it does 45 max, and I'm at 47, so that's good. So I'll just click Flamethrower. And we'll get that off. Oh, he gets the crit. Yeah, crit mattered there, unfortunately, but it's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world by any means. Oh, he's adamant. Yeah, I assumed he'd go max speed to speed tie with Zapdos, but he didn't. He went adamant, which I guess was good prep. So yeah, that roll was in his favour actually then. Oh yeah, that was massively in his favour actually. Okay. Not massively, it was like 40, it was like 40% live I think there. So crit could have mattered. Yeah, crit could have mattered. It's not a huge deal by any means. I just get to go into my Zapdos now. And just close combat. No, why would I ever click close combat? He basically just gets to go Corsola here, is the thing. So I will Drill Peck. Yeah, it will just go Corsola. I didn't want to risk U-turn there because otherwise something else dies. So that's the thing. I'd have to struggle, for God's sake. I'll make an aggressive Coco play here, because Coco doesn't really come in on anything else. And he'll Strength Sap, get the health back. That's fine. I stall this out eventually, which I don't want to do that realistically, but you know, it's a thing. I can T-Bolt, even if he goes Steelix, yeah. I get the power. Geez, I'm getting very lucky here. I'm getting very lucky in this one. I'll Roost some still full. He might just, yeah, he's Strength Sapped there again. So it will get to a point where Strength Sap won't actually be healing him anything. He goes Steelix now. Obviously, without Terrain, I don't have a chance of free-shotting the Corsola is the only thing, but I do stall it. I do beat it by stall eventually. I just didn't expect him to bring it. I thought it was just because Zapdos is so much better in the version of this matchup, which doesn't have Corsola compared to Absol. And I felt like he needed to dual check one of them because he lacks such an offensive threat. You've seen by him not bringing Hydreigon or Tornadus, he just has no actual offensive threat here. outside of a Tyranitar, I check really well, and a Medicham that is weakened and gets revenge killed. But I do have to be careful. I do definitely have to be careful, for sure. Sure, he head smashes, so that's cool. Didn't do much damage. I actually forgot he had an attack there, so that could have gone very poorly. I'll Scold as he goes Corsola. That's fine. Oh, why copyrighted again? Why is how has that song managed to come up twice in 2 videos? I'll go hard Florges on this one. Here's Giga Drain. Okay, that's good to know. So he's got Giga Drain, Nightshade, Sap, and Steelix is the rock, so it doesn't have rocks. So it probably has like Willow, maybe something like that. Oh, Wish here. Until Strength Sap, get some health back. I don't want to risk him clicking Giga Drain, predicting me to try and heal up Swampert, so we're not going to do that. I have no reason to do that. I'm in a good position here, there's no reason to risk that. I'm faster. Am I faster than Steelix? Did we see that? We didn't see that. I think I'm faster than Steelix. That one. I'm pretty sure I'm faster than Steelix. I am faster than Steelix. Okay, so it's still useful because I'm faster than Steelix. I'll just go into Coco then. Yeah, so this is where this game just slows down massively now. Slows down massively. So that's the thing. He is going hard Steelix now, so that's the thing. I will just keep U-turning out on it. How much did the head smash do last time? You got head smash. Doing 15. Yeah, I have critical kill, so I don't want to mess around with that too much. I'll go into Shaman here. As he head smashes again, so I could have stayed in. And he doesn't really have a good switch into Seed Flare. That isn't called Corsola. So I'm going to click Leech Seed because I'm pretty sure he'll go Corsola. And I might just stay in this time. This is going to be a long one. If he keeps trying, it'll be a long one, because I basically will just have to wait till I stall him out of Strength Saps, which he's still got 12 more of. Or something else dies. He may try and make a play. Something like that. Yeah, because he can't kill Coco. Well, he can kill Coco with Steelix, but he can probably kill Florges if he has a skill move on this, but he can't kill Shaman. That's the thing. He's just, I don't think he can kill Shaman. In a situation where Medicham doesn't get killed in return because of Air Slash. Let me check how much Shaman actually does to Medicham. I'm interested. Because will it kill it from here? It won't, okay. Because he can just Drain Punch back more damage, more of the health, I believe. Yeah, he will, so that's not the strat. Shaman doesn't just sit. I'm going to Seed Flare here and do a bit of damage. Stone Edge will come off and do 53. So it is Adamant Band. It is Adamant Band. It is indeed Adamant Band. So what is the roll on Adamant Band? Let me just check I'm not within range. But yeah, this was always going to come, I think, because it is just really, really strong against me. the heck? What's happened here? Oh, I didn't have the drum pad. Yeah, okay, so yeah, we're not playing with that roll. So I'm gonna synthesis. We're not playing with that roll. Oh, synthesis is only 25% in sand. I did not consider that. Oh, okay. Actually, once Tutor goes down, I don't massively need this thing, so I'll just synthesis again and hope he doesn't crit. Yeah, okay, so we just about 1% get through that. Tyranitar goes down to a passive Shaman kill. And this thing is still good. This thing is still good. Because Leech Seed is really nice, and it just helps me out against Corsola. It beats Steelix, and I can get Synthesis off. Floor just beats Corsola one-on-one. It also does well against Medicham. The sack is actually Zapdos. And he might power up punch. So I'm actually going to go Zapdos, because I think Zapdos is the sack. Oh, crit is annoying. That's an ouch. Like he said ball move in the chat, but it was actually a sack. Realistically, it is a sack, really. I'll just Drill Peck. He goes Steelix. I don't really mind. That isn't going to do much at all, jeez. I actually kind of need this. Hold on. Let's not throw this away. Hold on. Let's not throw this away. Because it's Rock's Head Smash. I feel like he's got a Steel move on the Steelix. And I don't want to mess with that. I don't need more. I don't need 3 different things that stall out Corsola. So the sack might actually be Shaman. Or is the sack... No, the sack is Swampert. The sack is Swampert. I think the sack is Swampert. Which actually lives Head Smash, so that's helpful. That's gold. Which he actually stays in, that's amazing. And I get the burn. That is amazing. Getting the burn on that is awesome. That's really good. So now I can go Shaman and click Synthesis. Yeah, I can't believe I completely forgot that I can't believe I completely forgot that Synthesis was 25% in sand. That could have gone really poorly. Let's just be smart here. With Adamant against Shaman, yeah, he does a lot of damage. I don't think I like this. I do not like this. Shaman can actually do a lot once this Medicham is gone. The thing is, the crit did a lot. And Drain Punch is doing like up to 44, so I do die. How much does this do to... See, my Florges is physical. That's the issue. So yeah, I don't take hits. I don't. This is actually really bad. This isn't good. Oh dear, this is not good at all. Actually, this is really bad. I think the player is to sack Zapdos. Or is it to sack Coco? It might be Coco. Does Coco two-shot Steelix with Dealing on the Switch? Because I'll take any of his hits. Well, Dazzling Gleam is a roll. He'll recover max 30, which would put him at full. Hold on. How much do I do to Steelix? He'll be there. That would like. Oh yeah, that's not much at all. This is not good. This is not good. This is not good at all. Or do I just let Florges go down? Do I need Florges? Because Shaman beats Corsola plus Steelix every day. I only have 5 Synthesises though. Well, Coco also beats them all day. So yeah, Florges is the sack, realistically. It's like he does have high jump kick, which is interesting. I'm going to click Protect in case he does it again. He didn't. Okay, he went for Drain. So yeah, Florges will go down to that. So he has high jump kick. So he's got Zen, Power Up Punch, Drain Punch, and high jump kick. Yeah. This is bad. This is really not good. This is gonna. I'm gonna lose this, aren't I? Because Medicham is gonna destroy me. He doesn't have priority. Is the thing. He has to keep this alive. Is the thing as well. He has to keep this alive. So he will switch out into Corsola, right? Or Steelix. And either way, I should be clicking U-turn. And if he stays in, that's a great play, and he wins the game off that. Oh, it's a 50-50. It's a tough 50-50. That's a rough one. Because Coco kills Medicham. It's like a 50-50 roll. But I kill, is the thing. He has to keep this alive. I'm U-turning. Okay, good. Okay, good. Oh, that could have gone very, very poorly. So I go Shaman on the kick if I click Seed Flare. And then once Steelix goes, I can click Brave Bird more freely. I just need to not miss. Please don't miss. Please don't miss. Nice. Okay. Oh, this is tight. This is really tight. We haven't seen Steelix's item. That's the issue. We haven't seen Steelix's item. I think I just have to sack Zapdos, and he'll get recovery back. I can go into Coco. Oh god. Oh god. See, Burn, he's not leftovers. We have not seen leftovers. He's definitely Assault Vest on Steelix. Where was Steelix in? Oh, it is leftovers. That's amazing. Okay, so this 2 shots. I just have to get the roll. It's on 28. Oh no, it's too high, isn't it? Maybe not, maybe not. Leftovers. Okay, I kill it with D-Gleam. Yeah, I 2-shot this. I 2-shot this. Yeah, okay. I 2-shot this. Yeah. Whew, that was nervy. That was nervy. Okay, so Steelix goes down. Weezing's been dead for ages. I stalled this out. Coco should now win me this game. Coco should now win me this game. This dies. Okay, it just lives. Really tight one. That burn ended up deciding it. That burn ended up deciding it. Jesus. This has been a ridiculous game. Absolutely ridiculous game. Whew. Yeah, so medicham goes down, and I think the key play has ended up being the turn where he lets Steelix get scolded. That has ended up being the key play. Ooh, okay, so I'll just... He might just strength... Oh, he disabled Thunderbolt. Wonderful. I'll actually go Shaming because it'll be faster. Yeah, cause if I Leech Seed it will go faster. He actually Haze, so his last move was Haze, which was, I guess was for like Bulk Up Zapdos, which would have been quite good actually. And because he would have Will-O-Wisp, I don't know. I think he's just letting it go because he loses this interaction eventually. Yeah, he does lose this interaction eventually because he can't outstall it. So that is GG's to Iraz. Ridiculous game. Jeez, ridiculous game. Rough one. But pulled through in the end in a very tight one against a really good opponent. Korsler could have stalled at the end there, but it didn't. Decided not to. Which I respect, to be fair, because he couldn't have beaten it. So that's really good games to Iraz. The Miracoach on Swampert ended up being incredibly clutch. Of all the sets I expected to be absolutely clutch, it was not that Miracoach, but that worked out really, really well. Medicham was really scary. Good power-up punch set. Really good power-up punch set. I think I should have sacked Florges earlier. If I'm being honest, I should have sacked Florges rather than Delphox at the time. I know, but it wouldn't really matter because he was fast. You could have just kept power punching, so I don't know if that really mattered. So I'm not sure how much that would have really mattered if the medicham had done that, but medicham was tough there. And it put a number in me. I think he got like 4 kills or something. It probably, I think, did it get every kill? Medicham did just get every kill, didn't it? Yikes. Did medicham get every kill? I think medicham got every kill. But no, that was a good match. I played pretty well there. I played pretty well. Prep was good. Play was good. So thank you so much for watching, everybody, and goodbye.